On top of everything else, you now find out that the menopause can have a detrimental effect on your heart health. What's that all about? My name's Tracy Montgomery. I talk about all things menopause, midlife, and all the crap that goes with it. So let's get to the bottom of this. Our menopause transition is not a one-time thing. You know when you have that shit show with all the hormone doing one and messing with everything and giving you all those hot flashes and you don't feel like you're you anymore? Well, that's the perimenopause phase. That's the phase when your hormone levels are starting to change. And the huge misconception is that once that's over, once your periods have gone out of the way, you're officially in menopause once you haven't had a period for 12 months. So that means you're in menopause. You may still have some hot flashes. You may still have some moments when you can't remember people's names. I mean, yeah, we get that all the time. So these hormonal changes that are affecting your mood, your anxiety levels, how your body is behaving have been nurturing you so that you can nurture others. Now they're doing one. And the misconception is that once we've gone past the big fluxy bit, when those hormones are backing up their suitcases and leaving, is that everything's out of the way. And we're then told that as women age, they are more prone to things like heart disease. And that is because we are still in this post-menopausal phase. You're going to be in that phase until you shuffle off. So we need to be aware, and we need to think about how we're using our terminology. You're in menopause. We need to be aware of the effects that those hormones declining can have on your heart and other parts of your body, which we will talk about in other communications. How those hormonal changes can affect your body. So there are risk factors because, let's go back to them again, those menopausal, those female hormones, we call them menopausal hormones, but they are female hormones, the main ones being your estrogen and your progesterone, they're gone. Now, they nurtured you so that you could nurture others. So the fact that you are now no longer capable of producing offspring, those hormones are no longer necessary. Now, if we think about how the human organism, the human species have evolved over time, we are like any other species on the planet. We are here to make more of us. So once we can no longer make more of us, our usefulness in a biological sense is no longer there. So the reason that there is less understanding of the menopausal phase than any other is because basically we didn't live that long. We weren't meant to be here for that long. So those hormones declining means that we haven't got those protection factors on the rest of our body there. So this can affect our cardiovascular system. It can lead to things like increased cholesterol levels. So we need to be a little bit careful about things like our blood pressure. We need to monitor that a little bit more. And we need to make sure that we are keeping a check on our cholesterol levels, which often happens once you get past a certain age. Depending on where you're living, you might get called in for a little bit of an MOT check at certain life stages. But you can keep an eye on your blood pressure. You can purchase a home blood pressure monitor. You can try and reduce your stress levels. I know it's so much easier to say than actually do at times, but you can put strategies and tips in place. You can look for the warning signs. We know that when you go through perimenopause, there is the possibility you're going to get the myriad of symptoms. We can have, I think it's about in excess of 50-ish symptoms. It could even be more than that. And you as an individual are going to have your own individual cocktail of symptoms and severity of those symptoms and how debilitating they are going to be to you. That's the thing with our menopausal shift. it is incredibly personal, but we need to look for and monitor these and connect them to whether they're going to be hormonal and then cause other issues. So there are certain things that you can do to help monitor or help alleviate any of these excess stresses on your body once those hormones have disappeared. We can think about our diet, we can think about what we're eating, think about our nutrition. So remember, malnutrition is just bad nutrition. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're not getting enough foods, it just means you're getting the wrong. Mal means bad. So you need to keep your diet as flexible, balanced as you possibly can. So you need to eat your proteins, your fruits, your vegetables, your whole grains. So when I say whole grains, I mean things like your wholemeal breads, so that they take longer to digest. They're a little bit harder work, so you've got the fibre within your body. The same with your pastas, with your rices, the whole grains, so that they are helping the transition of foods through your body. Increase or try to keep up your exercise. Now, I know part of or one of the main symptoms of going through the menopausal transition is fatigue, and it can be really difficult for you to get up in the morning and to do something. That in itself can make you feel even more overwhelmed and tired. But so long as you can keep exercising, and exercise that you like, if it's exercise that you like, you are obviously more likely to do it. So keep it to simple things, going for a walk to the post office, doing the gardening, or the things that we don't want to do, like the hoovering, maybe. That can be counted as exercise as well. So just think about it and try not to get into the habit of sitting around all day. I know, easier said than done, because you're already absolutely cream crackered. You want to look at how you're managing your stress levels. Because of those hormones, our ability then to maintain, monitor, and keep a lid on our stress and anxiety levels can be tested. So if we are doing things like morning routines, evening routines before we go to bed, our brain dumping, our meditations, they sound as if they don't work, but yes, they can do, so that you are understanding how to reduce your stress levels. Think about, depending on what area you're living in, I mentioned these earlier, the regular medical checkups that you should be go to that are age related, age appropriate. Make sure that you're going to all of these. So here we are heading towards the winter months. So in the winter months is when we have things like the flu vaccinations. Make sure that you're keeping abreast of all of these and you're taking these opportunities when they are offered to you. You may want to think about HRT because we have discussed this several times. It can be useful, it can be helpful, it can alleviate a lot of the symptoms, and it can help protect your body, but you need to discuss those with a medical practitioner because you may not be eligible. Think about your lifestyle, think about what you're doing, things like trying to get enough sleep. Again, easier said than done. Think about those routines. They can help get yourself fresh air on a daily basis, and look to who and what you've got around you. That is your support network. We all need a little bit of support, be it on here, be it in our group, be it your neighbours. Look to make sure that you're not going it alone. Even if you are an introvert, you can still have and still need support. So make sure you're monitoring where you're going all the time. Look at what's happening to you, because if you don't monitor what's happening, you don't know if there are changes. For those of you that want a little bit more support and a little bit more insight, come and join us in Menopause, Midlife, and all the crap. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.